Hello friends, welcome to my channel Love You Zindagi. Today we are going to talk about a travel trip, and it will be a travel blog today. And I'm going to share an experience of mine, which will be a budget trip for you. Be giving all the details what you need to go for a trip, and what are the things that you should inquire before you go for a trip, and all things basic you should carry before going to any trip. So I'll share for the youngsters that what they should do and what they should not do, and it may vary from person to person and according to their lifestyles and all, but this will be a basic budget trip. So let's get started. Like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel Love You Zindagi. So now coming to the basic point first, what are the things that you should carry before you go to any trip? The first thing that comes to my mind is medicines. You should be carrying with you a medicine box with you, a box that contains all the essentials medicine which you may need while you are on a trip. Like the first, you should carry the common medicines for cough and cold. You should be carrying paracetamols. You should be carrying medicines for loose motions, for acidity, for and some antibiotics, of course, and also include some analgesics and some antiseptic lotion, cream, or whatever, bandages, band-aids and cottons. These are the very essential things that you should not forget while you are on a trip. And the second thing that is next to it is your chargers. You should carry your chargers. You should carry your power banks. You should take proper backup for your phones or laptops or digicams or cameras, whatever you're carrying with you. Be comfortable with that so that you don't get shortage of it when you need it the most. So make sure you include those things. And the next thing, I think you should be carrying a properly working torch. No one carries a dead one though. But you should be carrying a good properly working torch with you. Then I think you should carry the body essentials, like the you should buy a travel kit. There are very various travel kits available. I will put a link in my description box if you want to check it out. There it is available, or various websites, like there will be a small body wash, a shampoo, an oil. You can include all the essential things that you need to carry when you travel. You include that. Then you should carry properly. You should carry your towels. I will suggest everyone to have a separate towel for their face and for their body. So you should be carrying two towels at least. And yeah, that's all. I think if anything else you need, like, yeah, proper clothes. If you're going to a cold place, you should be carrying warm clothes, and if you're going to a desert or something, you carry your boots, your garments, your everything accordingly. So you have to plan your trip properly before going to a trip. Though my trip was unplanned, but this what I'm saying is for basic things that require for any trip you go to anywhere. These things should include in your trip budget. Okay, so now I'll say you something about the things that you should inquire before you go to any trip. Like, you should be having some basic homework, I will say, about the weather conditions, the climatic condition of the place, because you may be allergic to something, you may be prone to some climatic conditions. So you should be aware of the things, and you should take necessary emergency or precautions before you go there. The second thing is you should be aware of the law and order. Yeah, the law and order that doesn't changes any place in the India, but the in a tourist place it may have some different laws and orders. So you should be, like, I will say that it's good to be aware of the thing before you move to a new place. Then you should be aware of the means of transportation, like the place where you're visiting, what kind of transportation it has, public, commercial, or private, whatever it is. You should be having a knowledge about it, that how you're going to travel. If you're going with your friends, with your family, or anyone, you should be knowing about the travel things. And then the things I think that comes is yeah, the local markets. If you want to go to a new place, you most of the people, they like shopping, they like to take back memory with them while they come back home. So you should having a proper knowledge of what are the local markets over there, and what are the places where you can get good stuffs that you want to buy. That's the optional thing, but yeah, you should have a knowledge about it. And next thing is you should be having a knowledge about the places you want to visit. Though if you want an adventurous trip, you don't want to plan something and go, then it is okay, fine. But if you're going for a properly planned trip, then I will suggest that go for the places that are famous in that area, or that are very well known, and that you should visit, and include those things before you go to a trip. And the most importantly thing that should come to the first point, but I kept it in the last because it varies according to your wish and your choices. So plan a budget. You may be going with your friends, you may be a youngster. This was the trip I'll be sharing will be a budget trip, so it will be mostly helpful to the youngster as well as for the families as well. So I'll say that you should plan a budget, and accordingly you should spend your monies, because for the youngster to spend the money properly is very essential, because you are already dependent on your parents or something. So plan your budget, and then you move with your friends, relative, family, whatever you say. So now that's all. That's the pre discussion about the trip. Now we'll go to the trip. What are the 5 budget plans that you should include in a trip? And the budget plans I'm going to say is about the trip to Gangtok. So let's get started to the main trip. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Love you, Zindagi.